She held my hand across the table, smiling. I haven't felt this alive in years. 2 days later, I received a Facebook message from her husband of 10 years. How long has this been going on? He sent screenshots. I just blocked them both, now they don't stop calling. She held my hand across the table, smiling. Real smile. The kind that softens your bones. I haven't felt this alive in years, she said. I squeezed back. The wine, the candlelight, her laugh, it all felt weightless. Like something right. Like something new. 2 days later, my phone buzzed at 3:12 a.m. Facebook Messenger. How long has this been going on? Attached for screenshots. From a man I'd never met. I didn't even know his name. Turns out, her husband. Married 10 years. 2 kids. Big house in the suburbs. I blocked him. Blocked her too. Thought that would be the end of it. Now they won't stop calling. It started 5 months ago. New client at work. Big contract. She came in as the lead for the partner team. I wasn't even supposed to be on the project, but our analyst dropped out last minute and they pulled me in. She was sharp. Funny. One of those people who makes every room feel lighter. We started grabbing coffee after meetings. Sending each other memes. Sharing music recs late at night. Stupid harmless things. Then one Friday after a big pitch we ended up celebrating. Drinks at a rooftop bar. Talking too long, laughing too hard. Her knee brushed mine and neither of us moved. I knew it was wrong. I didn't even know why, but it felt complicated. She wasn't wearing a ring. Never mentioned a husband. Never talked about kids. She just said things like, "You're easy to be around." I haven't felt like myself in so long. It snowballed from there. Coffee turned to drinks. Drinks turned to dinner. Dinner turned to more. We kept it quiet. Hotels out of town. Weeknight meetups. Always her idea. Always her texting first. I told myself it was casual. No one getting hurt. I didn't ask questions. And she didn't volunteer answers. Then came the night of the handholding. That small Italian place 2 towns over. Tucked away, candlelit with bad parking and better pasta. First time we'd eaten somewhere that wasn't hidden behind blackout curtains or a side door. She reached across the table. Took my hand. Smiled like she meant it. I haven't felt this alive in years. It landed like a promise. I left the restaurant floating. 2 days later, the message came. The screenshots? Surgical. Photo 1, my car parked at the hotel. Photo 2, us walking in, her hand on my arm. Photo 3, a selfie she'd sent me weeks ago. Wish you were here. Photo 4, a dinner receipt. The one from our table. Captioned. How long has this been going on? Answer me. You think you can do this to my family? I sat in bed, phone glowing, heart racing. Hands shaking. I didn't know what to do. She never said she was married. Never said anything about a family. I panicked. Blocked him. Blocked her. Thought that would stop it. It didn't. The calls started that night. Unknown numbers. Burners. Blocked voicemails full of rage, threats, static. Texts too. You owe us an explanation. You don't get to ignore this. Answer the phone. Then came an envelope taped to my door. Inside, printed copies of all the screenshots. No note. I live in a secure building. You need a code to get inside. The next night, 1 a.m. Someone buzzed every apartment in my complex over and over. Trying to get in. I lay in bed with a knife under the pillow. Phone in my hand. Couldn't sleep. Then she called. Unknown number. I answered before I could think. Her voice cold. Calm. Not the same person. Why did you block me? You need to talk to us. You owe me that. I hung up. New message 10 minutes later. He's not going to stop. You can't run from this. I've changed my number. Changed my privacy settings. Locked everything down. But the messages keep coming. Tonight, a new one. A photo of me. Taken outside my building. Today. Caption. We see you. I'm writing this because I don't know what else to do. I didn't know she was married. Didn't know about the kids. Didn't know any of it. Now I'm stuck between 2 people who feel like they're losing their minds and pulling me down with them. Part of me wonders if this was a setup from the start. Part of me wonders if they're working together now. Part of me wonders how far they'll take it. All I know is they won't stop. And I can't sleep. And I don't know who to trust. Edit 1. I see everyone saying go to the police. I'm thinking about it. Just scared they'll twist it. I don't have proof I didn't know. And if he's this unhinged already. Edit 2. Someone keyed my car tonight. Deep scratches down the side. No note. No cameras. I'm rattled. Edit 3. Another message just came in. This is just the beginning. New number again. I don't know what's next. Update coming if I'm safe enough to post it. Date 1. First off, thanks. I wasn't expecting this to get any attention. I almost didn't post. Almost deleted the draft 3 times. But reading your comments, DMs, honestly, it helps. Even the go to the police you idiot ones. You're right. I'm starting to see that now. Anyway, here's where things stand. I didn't sleep after writing the last post. Couldn't. Every sound in the hallway felt like footsteps. Every shadow in the parking lot looked like someone watching. I kept checking my peephole. The paranoia's eating me alive. I finally called in sick the next morning. Sat on my couch, phone in my lap, trying to decide what to do. That's when a new message came in. Different number. No name. Just check your mailbox. My heart just about stopped. I almost didn't go. Almost called building security. But part of me needed to know. I went down. Mailbox unlocked. Inside, a single manila envelope. No return address. Inside, printed photos. Me, walking to my car. Leaving work. Grabbing coffee. Even one of me sitting at my desk through the damn window. And at the bottom of the stack, a photo of my building's front door, with today's date scrawled in red marker. I don't remember walking back to my apartment. I just remember locking the door behind me and sinking to the floor, hands shaking. Couldn't catch my breath. This isn't just angry calls anymore. This is stalking. Surveillance. I tried calling her, don't ask me why. Maybe some part of me thought I could reason with her. Maybe I needed to hear her say this wasn't what I thought it was. Straight to voicemail. Then, another text. Same unknown number. Don't bother running. He knows. Around noon, I forced myself to move. Showered. Packed a go bag. Passport. Cash. Burner phone I hadn't touched in years. Just in case. I was about to leave when my regular phone rang. Unknown number again. Against every instinct, I answered. It was her. Voice calm. Detached. You didn't have to block me. You made this harder than it needed to be. I asked her straight out. Did you tell him where I live? Silence. Then, he's emotional. I can't control him. That's when it clicked. She's not trying to stop this. She's feeding it. Whether it's guilt, fear, or some twisted need to keep control, I don't know. But she's in it now. And so am I. I hung up. Threw my phone in the microwave for good measure. Switched to the burner. Here's the next layer. I'm pretty sure they've started contacting my work. Got an email from HR that afternoon. Reminder about professional boundaries, safe workplace conduct, blah blah blah. No names, no accusations, just conveniently timed corporate speak. Someone's building a case, a narrative, and I have zero idea what's coming next. But it gets worse. Because around 5 p.m., I got a text from my buddy Tom. Not involved in any of this. Old friend, neutral. Bro, why is some guy messaging me about you? Screenshots attached. It was her husband. Found Tom on Facebook somehow. Sent him a message. Do you know what your friend has done? He destroyed my family. He won't answer me like a man. I don't even know how he found Tom. Different last name, private profile. They're digging. Hard. At this point, I packed my shit and left. Motel off the highway. Cheap, loud, but anonymous. Paid cash. Figured I'd lay low, breathe, figure next steps. But then, tonight, another text. Different number again. Leaving town won't help. We'll find you. That's where I am now. Motel bed. Burner phone. No sleep. Staring at the door like a lunatic. And here's the kicker. I started digging. Finally. Late night rabbit hole, piecing together what little I knew about her. Work profile. Old articles. Public records. That's when I found it. Wedding announcement. From 8 years ago. Same guy who's messaging me now. Photos of them smiling. Happy. Perfect suburban couple. 2 kids. Big backyard. Whole damn dream. She lied about everything. Not just omission. Blatant lies. Never said she was married. Never said anything about kids. Built this whole fantasy of being trapped. Separated, moving on. Meanwhile, family photos posted 6 months ago. Matching Halloween costumes. Hashtag blessed captions. I feel sick. Not just for what I've done, but for how deeply I let her in. For how completely she played me. And now, I'm the villain in a story I didn't even know I was in. And they're coming for me. Next steps. Tomorrow I'm contacting a lawyer. No choice now. Police? Maybe. Still terrified they'll spin it. That I'll be the guy in handcuffs while they cry to the cops. Work? I need to get ahead of this somehow. HR already smells smoke. And the worst part? I don't think either of them is going to stop. Him? Rage. Ego. Revenge. Her? Control. Power. Or maybe just boredom. Last text tonight. This ends when you talk to us. Or it ends another way. I'm not sure how much longer I can stay quiet. I'll post again if I make it through the weekend. Edit 1. No, I'm not going home. Not yet. They know where I live. Staying here until I figure a plan. Edit 2. Lawyer consult booked. Tuesday. Earliest I could get. Fingers crossed it's not too late. Edit 3. Someone tried calling my work line today. Unknown number. Receptionist didn't connect it. But it's starting to bleed into my professional life. Next update soon. If they don't find me first. Update 2. Didn't think I'd be writing this. Honestly wasn't sure I'd make it through the weekend. But here we are. For now. After that last update, shit spiraled faster than I could have imagined. The motel? Not safe. Night after I posted, around 2 a.m. someone knocked on my door. Not loud, just steady. For taps. Pause. For taps again. No peephole in the stump. No camera. Just me sitting there in the dark, knife in hand, praying they'd go away. Then my burner buzzed. Unknown number. You in there? I see your car. I damn near lost it. Waited 2 hours before even daring to peek out. When I finally did, parking lot empty. Except for a single piece of paper under my wiper. This won't help. Talk to us. No signature. No handwriting I recognized. I checked out before sunrise. Left the car parked 2 blocks away. Ubered across town to another motel. Paid cash again. New name this time. But they're tracking me. Somehow. Next blow came Monday morning. Woke up to a dozen missed calls from work. HR, manager. Even my department head. Turns out someone sent an anonymous tip to the ethics hotline. Allegations. Inappropriate relationship with a client. Potential harassment. Creating an unsafe work environment. No proof attached. No name. Just enough to trigger an internal investigation. Boss called me directly. Voice tight. Is there something we need to talk about? I told him as little as I could, just that someone was targeting me with false claims. Promised to explain more soon. But damage is done. The company has to take it seriously. I'm now on leave pending review. They've nuked my job. And it keeps going. Tuesday lawyer meeting. Finally. Private practice guy, expensive as hell, but came highly recommended. I walked him through everything: affair, husband's threats, stalking, now the work stuff. He didn't sugarcoat it. You're in deep. You need to get ahead of this now. Restraining orders. Digital forensics. Full documentation. But here's the worst part: he's seen this before. Said in cases like this, when a spouse finds out and the affair partner pulls away, they sometimes team up. Not to save the marriage. To destroy the outsider. The scapegoat. You're not dealing with 2 separate people anymore. You're dealing with a unit. He was right. Because that night, new number again. Text came through. We're in this together. You can't divide us. 2 days later, another hit. My landlord called. Said someone filed a noise complaint against me. Harassment. Threats to neighbors. Totally false, but enough to get official attention. Then, request to terminate my lease. He's not taking sides but wants to avoid drama. I'm being forced out of my own apartment. I've lost my job. My home. In less than 2 weeks. I confronted her. Finally. Called from a payphone like some goddamn fugitive. When she picked up, voice sweet. Like nothing's wrong. I was wondering when you'd call. I demanded to know what they wanted. Why they're doing this. She laughed. Actually laughed. You broke something. Now you get to feel what that's like. I told her I didn't even know she was married. Didn't know about the kids. She went quiet. Then said, doesn't matter. He knows now. And he'll never stop. He'll never stop. I've started documenting everything. Screenshots. Photos. Burner numbers. Lawyers building the case. But it feels like plugging holes in a sinking ship. Because now, they've gone after my friends. Tom messaged again, another round of DMs from the husband. Accusing. Threatening. Warning him to stay away from me. Even my sister got one. Through her work email. Do you know what your brother's done? She called me in tears. I hadn't even told her about any of this yet. They're dismantling my life. Piece by piece. And here's the final twist this week. Thursday night. Motel parking lot. I get back late. See a car idling across the street. Headlights off. Looks familiar. Too familiar. I snap a photo. Run the plates through a buddy who knows a guy. It's registered to her husband. He's following me. He's escalating. Lawyer says we file for an emergency restraining order Monday. But even that's a long shot until something physical happens. Police report? Useless without hard proof. And they're smart, no direct threats in writing. Just enough to terrorize. So here I am. 3rd motel in 2 weeks. Living out of a bag. Watching shadows crawl across the ceiling. No job. No home. Friends backing away. Family panicking. All because I believed a lie. All because I trusted someone who smiled across a table and said, I haven't felt this alive in years. Yeah? Neither of them will let me go. And I'm not sure how this ends anymore. Edit 1. Restraining order paperwork prepped. Filing Monday. Lawyer says be ready for retaliation if we do. They'll take it as escalation. Edit 2. Checked my car this morning, flat tire. Nail through the sidewall. Too perfect to be random. Towed it to avoid being followed. Edit 3. Got a tip tonight, someone's been asking about me at my old gym. Description matches the husband. They're casting a net. Update 3. Didn't think I'd get to post this. Didn't think I'd still have anything left to post from. Here's how it ends. Or maybe how it begins again. Last you heard, I was filing for a restraining order. Living out of a bag. 3rd motel in 2 weeks. No job. No apartment. Watching my life burn from the outside in. Lawyer prepped the papers. I showed up Monday first thing. Nervous. Exhausted. Felt like prey. Filed everything. Judge signed off. Temporary order granted. Service scheduled. For the first time in days, I thought maybe I could breathe. That lasted exactly 8 hours. I got back to my motel room that night. Door ajar. Not broken. Just open. Inside? Chaos. Drawers emptied. Bag torn apart, laptop gone, burner phone smashed on the floor. And on the bed? A single printed photo. Me. Sleeping. In that same motel bed. Caption in black marker. This won't save you. I sat on the floor and shook. 4 hours. Called the cops. They took the report. Said they'd check the cameras. No promises. No real hope. Lawyer was blunt. They know you filed. This is retaliation. Next day, new twist. My bank account? Frozen. Fraud alert triggered. Multiple attempts to drain. Someone filed a false identity claim in my name. Credit cards flagged. Utilities frozen. I was being digitally erased. Then my sister called frantic. She got a letter. Anonymously sent. Photos of me and the woman. Hotel lobbies. Parking lots. Screenshots of old texts. Printed with captions like, "Ask your brother why he ruins families. This is who he really is." It didn't stop there. Old coworkers started getting emails. From a spoofed account in my name. Fake confessions. Claims of harassment. Manipulated screenshots. Even Tom, my last real friend, got a message. You should rethink who you trust. I was being systematically dismantled. Every connection, every piece of stability gone. Then came the last blow. Police at my motel door. 2 detectives. Questions. Tone cold. A report had been filed. Against me. Claim, harassment. Stalking. Threats of violence. Toward her. No proof. No evidence. But just enough to trigger further inquiry. Lawyer scrambled. Pushed back hard. Showed our own evidence. Timeline. Threats. Photos. But the message was clear. They flipped the narrative. I was now the villain on paper. And the final nail? Restraining order hearing she didn't show. Her lawyer did. Presented a counterorder. Alleging I was the aggressor. I was the danger. Judge delayed the decision. More hearings scheduled. Months away. In the meantime, both orders pending. No enforcement either way. So where does that leave me? No job. No apartment. Bank accounts in lockdown. Name poisoned in professional circles. Friends ghosting. Family terrified. Police watching me now. I'm living out of a storage unit. Rotating between cheap motels when I can afford it. Cash only. No phone. No trace. And the worst part? They're still out there. Together. Posting happy family photos again. Date nights. Smiling kids. Like nothing happened. Like I was never there. Sometimes late at night I wonder, was any of it real? Or was I just the pawn in a game they'd played before? Because here's the part one haven't told you. I'm not the first. Found an old blog post. Buried in cached pages. From a man 2 states away. Similar story. Similar tactics. Woman meets man. Affair. Discovery. Ruin. Disappearance. And him? The husband? He's not some enraged victim. He's a participant. They do this. Together. For the thrill. For the control. For reasons I'll never understand. Final message I ever got before I ditched the last burner. From an unknown number. Simple. Chilling. See you soon. So that's where it ends. Or maybe doesn't. Because some nights when I walk to whatever motel is safe that week, I see headlights that linger too long. I hear footsteps that stop when I turn. And I wonder, am I still their game? Or am I just the one who slipped the net for now? No peace. No justice. Just survival. And this story. For whoever needs to know, I don't trust the smile that says I haven't felt this alive in years. Sometimes it's the smile of a hunter. And sometimes you're already the prey. Edit 1. Won't be posting again. Too risky. But thank you to those who believed me. Who saw through the lie. You're the reason I haven't disappeared entirely. Yet. Edit 2. For those asking, yes. Lawyer still fighting. But the system is slow. And they are faster. Smarter. Colder. Edit 3. If you stop hearing from me, it's not because I chose to be silent. Goodbye.